Oh, hello. I didn't see you. I was reading Fight Club 3. Do you guys know that Tyler Durden is Jesus? Anyway, let's get on to today's video. So, as you may have been able to guess, based on the amount of content of me not only playing them but talking about them, I fucking love fighting games, right? And I wanted an excuse to talk about characters that I think are really cool. So, here's my Mount Rushmore of fighting game characters, and that is objectively correct. So, let's start with the least controversial pick here. Kuma, and reason, Raging Demon. Nah, but really, he does have cool supers, and I think that he, definitely pioneered the glass cannon, in fighting games, right? Because he was the special boss, but even when he got put into, playable, well, besides being fucking busted, his goal was supposed to be glass cannon. It was something that, has been built on repeatedly. There were fat, light, low-health characters in Street Fighter, but there wasn't any that was I will kill you in 3 touches, or I'll die in 2. And I really think that's fucking sick. I think his combo routes are the coolest in any Shoto of all time. With down forward, light Tatsu, into whatever follow-up you have. My personal favorite is the ones where you can Demon Flip, because I think it looks really sick. In Street Fighter 2, if you get the buff, and you can do the cool, juggle combos with the double fucking, Doladokins, where he's because he always does, when I fucking Gene, I don't need to explain it. You know what the fuck Akuma does. And then we get into the actual mix-ups that, in my opinion, have only gotten cooler as time has gone on. Obviously, in the very beginning, it's pretty standard, I shouldn't say standard, it's Street Fighter 2, every character in that game is fucking crazy. Shout out Zangief. I guess simple is the term, right? Where it's it's a very, simple plan to go into, whereas now you're, mixing shit up fucking crazy. With your demon flips, cross-ups, usually have great buttons, good string control with the fucking, with the air fireballs, as previously mentioned. I'm a god at foreshadowing. I brushed over a demon flip way too fast, because I think this move is so fucking sick. You may have seen in the previous video that, comic books are unequivocally best in fighting games, plug, I like moves that have a bunch of applications, and Demon Flip has been doing that shit since it got implemented. You got the overhead, you got the low, you got the grab, which seems very basic, classic Street Fighter mixed up, right? But there's way more that goes into it, right? There's the command grab, which you can obviously jump, but there is safe options that will hit you. I think his low will hit you jumping in most games, and the fucking overhead will absolutely crush it, right? So it's a 2 there, and it really, that already gives, a layer of offense beyond just high-low grab, right? Because, and it is your very basic layer of Street Fighter mix-up, but he can set it up really air, which is not common, Usually a dive kick is just a safe pressure tool, which he has a dive kick out of it, but he doesn't just have the dive kick, which I think makes it really fucking special, especially in its, earlier implementations, when that was not, regular, when you didn't have as many crazy characters, with, wild mix, which, of course, I'm fucking dumb. No Street Fighter character has insane mix, you know what I mean? The most insane mix in Street Fighter 6 is grab loop. But before it got, as crazy, Because I guess until, Street Fighter 5, I'm trying to think of, really wild shit, in 4. And I feel like that one was, very much, all the characters did what they, traditionally did. There was El Fuerte, I guess. I'm not the most, informed on Street Fighter 4. I just really like the game, and I still play it. But I think I played Akuma in every fucking Street Fighter game that has come out, and I'm fucking ranting about Street Fighter 4 and when the Street Fighter series started to get more insane. So we're going to try to get back on track. We're talking about Demon Flip, which is cool that it can do a bunch of mix-ups. However, what it can also do is combo. As previously mentioned, in newer games, I don't know how far it goes back actually, but you can actually combo your light Tatsu into Demon Flip, and it can set up for easier combos for some people, or longer combos if you have the right V skill, and currently if you're willing to spend the bar. mean, you can really tell this video is unscripted, but I just wanted to yell at a camera. Everything I do is unscripted, but this is like significantly more unscripted. No, I won't, because it spoils the episode, but I'll put it at the end of the episode. But other than just the demon flip, the fireball alone, whether in demon flip or outside of demon flip, is so cool. You know, once again, it is a combo tool and a pressure tool, because like, very few characters in Street Fighter have air fireballs. Once again, especially in the earlier ones. Thank God this is only Street Fighter ones. I feel like I'm fucking repeating myself. Okay, so I'm gonna go to lore, because this one, you know, it's a character that started in a fighting game. As you might be able to tell by this entire section of the video, we don't really know that much about Street Fighter competitively. I play them in like locals and shit when they're there, because it's fun to play in locals, but I'm not like super dedicated. I will 100% go O2 in a Street Fighter thing, just because I'm like, it'll be fun, you know? But I think the lore behind Akuma as well is fucking sick. First off, usurping the master by killing his soul is so fucking sick. That is so fucking metal, dog. He pulled up was like, bro, I'm just gonna... Then, like, you think, oh, this dude's all evil. No, in fact, he will not fuck with you unless you are incredibly strong. And in fact, he protects children and, like, animals and shit pretty consistently throughout the whole thing. He's not just some fucking always angry dickhead. Now, he is an angry dickhead to those who are really strong, but, like, he's so cool being an angry dickhead, you know? Protecting the girl, protecting the dog, beating the shit out of Ryu. And, let's be real, Satsui no Haro is way fucking cooler than the fucking Kiwi Haro. Oh, holy shit, I pronounced that so fucking wrong. Kioi no Haro. I'm still pronouncing that wrong, but whatever. It's not as cool as Satsui no Haro, except for Shin Shoryuken. I'll give you that. Shin Shoryuken fucks, dude. That move is so fucking cool. But not only does motherfucker Merc like Bison, Gen, his own master, his Gokin, his own brother, you know, he's so fucking strong. He transitioned, whatever. He's a girl now. Into Tekken, and then proceeded to kill Heihachi and Kazuya, kinda sorta. Not really, but you know what I fucking mean. He damn near kills them both. Holy shit, bro. He is the coolest motherfucker in fighting games. Except with these other 5, in which he's still in contention for number 1, but it's like a top. So, I wanted to have, like, one traditional grappler in the video, and I ended up between 2. I thought about Zangief, because I fucking love Zangief at the bottom of my heart, and I will always play Zangief. But what I think is fucking sicker than playing a grappler in a slow game is being a grappler in fucking motherfucker.
Brandon versus Potter, first to 10. 400.
Marvel, baby!
Now, if you don't know Marvel, go figure out what the fuck Marvel is. It's one of the fucking best fighting games franchises of all time. UMVC 3 is the GOAT. I love 2. UMVC 3 is the GOAT. I'm sorry. Plus, it has Hagar. And why is it so much harder to be a grappler in something like Marvel than in something like fucking Street Fighter? This is a question nobody's asking, but it's because Marvel is fast as fuck. You got Zero with 2 of himself zooming around the screen. You got fucking Virgil teleporting with swords around him. Dante's damn near flying. Besides the characters that can actually fly, the wave dashing, all of this shit. And this motherfucker is still like, I'm gonna run up and you're going to take this fucking grab. Otherwise you're dead. And it's so fucking sick. It's so fucking cool. And, like, if we actually get into the fucking setups, which we're about to, it's so cool. And what you can do with assists. It's so cool, like, 4 times, but it is what it is. And the grappler, in this sense, makes the coolest use of assists. And that's where we're going to set fucking setups. Really, any lockdown assist just lets Hagar shine. Whether you're talking Doom missiles, or fucking Sentinel drones, Arthur daggers, any fucking Doctor Strange assist that exists, bars, or fucking Samurai Edge. So you guys, I'm a proper YouTuber. I actually have a list of the things pulled up so we could actually know what the name of the move I'm talking to is. I'm still going to show them all on the screen, so really it's just more work. So you better be fucked. And You might be saying, oh, well, just one command grab. How does that deal any damage in a game with one-touch kills? Well, here's what Hagar does off a command grab. 100%. Yeah. You jump wrong, you die. End of the story. Like, that's it. Not to mention that damn near any straight hit also just leads to 100% because pipe loops are fucking nuts, which he can land off pretty much any hard knockdown. That he can just keep the combo going with assists. Then he has the snapback tech, right? Where, let's say, random situation, you're up on, I don't fucking know. It's Chun-Li, Phoenix, Morgan, and you hit the Chun-Li, and you're like, oh, I need to kill Phoenix right now because she only has 2 bars. So, if you don't know, Phoenix has 5 bars and she dies, and she turns into Dark Phoenix, and she becomes like one of the best characters in the game. And what that team does is gain bar super quick. So you want to try to kill Phoenix as fast as possible, because that's just like that's the whole anchor of it. You fucking snapback Chun-Li. Then there's Hagar grab tech, where jumping light punch into command grab, which, as previously mentioned, 100%. So, if you are able to catch a player unaware of this, then you will just wipe that team's, potential out, unless they just win you out more. But you have Dr. Doom for a reason, Obviously, Hagar's going to struggle in zoning matchups, which is why Marvel is so great, because you can build your team around that. I keep bringing up Doom Assist, but I think he's so good with Hagar. I think he's probably the best Hagar Assist, the missiles, or it just sets up combos, and lets him get into, really good pressure situations from him. It adds, more defensive options, and actually, getting around, letting him set up for, a wave dash easier, because he doesn't really have a whole lot of mobility options. And then Hagar himself has a great assist. He has a fully invincible, SPD. So, not SPD, what the fuck? Larry, or, the Mulligan Zangief. And it's fully invincible on assist, so you're able to use it to zone out, ironically. So if you switch to Doom, right, and then someone gets close to you, and they start to try to press a button, boom, Hagar assist, and then you can just get out of the situation. Or start foot dive loops. Foot dive is the shit. We're not talking about dive. Technically we are, because he's part of the Hagar thing, but we're talking about him in the sense of complementing Hagar and how good he is on a team with Hagar. And if you're wondering what my team is, thanks for asking for Hagar. Dr. Doom, Hagar, Iron Fist. I love Iron Fist. He's on all of my teams, so he's going to be on every team. But also, you get really cool grab combos off of the flying kick, rising thing. That's what it's fucking called. See, I'm fucking improving. But in conclusion for Hagar, he's able to grapple in a game that really doesn't hoard grappling as much. He has so much fucking sauce with pipe loops and him comboing off grabs and with all these different assists. And he's really beneficial for pretty much every kind of team, or his assist is beneficial for any member of your team who's on there. Obviously, Hagar doesn't work with every team because he is a grappler, right? So if you're already playing 2 characters that can't deal with range, and then Hagar is there, that's not going to help you. But, if you on the team where you have Hagar and it's built around that, he is super beneficial to everybody. As well as everybody being super beneficial for him. Not to mention he's a super that you have to mash to do more damage, and I just think it's really cool, and I like canceling out of it with X Factor to do it again, because once again I think it's really cool. And everything I say also just translates to Infinite, because most of the well, I mean not the specific tech stuff, the jumping, light punch, into grab, into comp, that shit's not the same, but how you play and what he does is pretty much the same. Which isn't a problem. You don't need to fix perfection. Now, we're going to talk about the NetherRealm game that doesn't get enough love. Injustice 2. This shit fucking rocks, and you're like, oh, it's another NetherRealm game. How cool can a character be? First off, fuck you and your Street Fighter ass. Alright, listen. If you're going to fucking comment on the game, at least play this shit, and not just oh, strings and block, but... Sorry, that's just a personal topic for me. But... I think the sickest character in Injustice 2 is Black Canary. I think Black Canary is so fucking cool. I think it is the epitome of Netherrealm rushdown characters. And once again, this is an objective list, so there's obviously no debating with what I'm saying right here. And you may be wondering why I feel that about Black Canary when it's like, oh, what about Smoke? Oh, what about Cyrax? Oh, what about... I was going to say Sector. I mean, I guess kind of, sort of, but I feel like he's more of a setup character than just so Cyrax. And not as much as it hurts to say for me to say this, Baraka or Reptile, right? The reason I think it is specifically Black Canary is because I feel like she fits into the Netherrealm gameplay so well in such like a balanced way, right? Without making her like a dog shit character, right? Because there's a lot of Netherrealm games where it's like, if you're too honest, you're a bad character. And Canary's not exactly like the most honest, but in comparison, she's not like literally going invisible or being able to teleport at full screen or having like crazy fast projectiles. She is in your face and she has to use her movement and her like she has good movement. She does. She has a knee dash that's really good that you can meter burn to make safe. She has her Canary drop, which is a great mix-up tool. You can also do it off of a jumping forward to grab it. But the timing's a little weird on it, because if you do it immediately, I believe the tick throw doesn't work, but you can set up a tick throw with it. And she has to use these tools to get in instead of just like...
Yo, editor man, when I was going through the shit for Black Canary, I realized I didn't bring up handspring at all. So, here's a clip of handspring mix-up.
I got a knockdown from full screen, and I love Scorpion, I love Smoke, all those characters, but I think that, like, basing it off of how Black Canary is, with, like, very defined strengths and weaknesses, is really cool, and I think that there's not enough of that in fighting games, and as much as I love it, as much as I love them, Netherrealm games especially. Because, like, at this point, if a Netherrealm character has a weakness, they're a bad character. And I think Black Canary has all these really sick tools to do what she does very well. However, she does have issues, but that doesn't make her terrible. She's still a decent character. Now, she's not top tier, because as I said, Netherrealm games have an issue of making characters that are good at everything without a weakness. Fuck Deadshot, even though I used him in my first ever tournament run. So I have like mixed feelings, but I didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but like, I didn't realize how much of a dickhead was until I like went back and played it, and I was like, oh my. But beyond just the great design of the character, her combos are so fucking sick, right? Because she has one that allows you to go from grounded to jump-ins, so you can like loop jump-ins, which is really fucking sick. Because you can jump in like over, jumping into forward 4-3 into the knee, where then you get to loop it again, where it's jumping 2, and then you get to either launch them or use a different string to get a better knockdown, like her sweep string or her forward 2, where she gets into a hard knockdown, which allows her to set up her pressure really well. And that's part of the reason she is good, because she can get hard knockdowns, so when she gets in, she's so heavily rewarded, in a sense. What the fuck? No, she just gets really fucking rewarded, and she's able to keep it up more than other characters who, back up after their offense, which make it a lot harder for them to keep going. I'm sorry, Cheetah. But she's so fucking cool. Her forward 4-3 with the kicks, where she like does the knee into the Chun-Li and oh, I gotta fucking drop the shit over. I'm not flexible. She does the fucking knee into the 1, 2, 3. Shit's so dope. So fucking dope, right? And you're like, oh, is this Chun-Li? No, because it like looks kind of realistic. Like it's something that you feel like she could do. Oh, and her fucking scream is so sick to get a super easy restand, so you can get 2 restands in one combo, because you can do the first, or not restands, but like, you can get sick combos, right? Where you do the jumping one that I was talking about, where you do it's back forward 2. You do a flying knee, stand on him, do whatever string afterwards, scream at them, then they're stunned, so you can get your full charge back forward, or once again, strings into the launcher, and it's just so sick. Or you can do the normal jump launcher, but then you scream after you do a string after the launcher to get a restand, which you can link into longer combos with another charged hit, and the charged hit will keep its scaling no matter what. So you can do like a super strong ender, or you can do the hit grab that she has that puts you into the knockdown, which is her forward tip. And I haven't even mentioned one of the sickest fucking things she has, which is her parries. Her parries you can meter burn to be a combo starter, and you feel like a fucking every time you pull it out when you fucking like meter burn parry the low into just fucking murdering her. Oh my lord, bro. And then you get to use the fucking screen and you get that whole fucking combo that I just told you about. Brother, holy shit, it's so fucking, and I'm sorry, but I have to say it. Look at the rocket right there. Exactly. And for my final pick, and definitely my most controversial, because I'm pretty sure people who play this character, it's like me, I Heart Justice, and then like a support group for low tier players. My baby girl, Belle from Dragon Ball Fighter. And you might be like, oh, you're exaggerating, right? Okay, so when like Fighter Z was in like full swing, right? I think like season 2 through like season 3, I was top 300 Videl in ranked points, and I was at like Majin. I was like at the beginning of the upper ranks, bro. That shit was crazy. I was like 250. It was somewhere between 284 and 250. I can't remember. I think it would like jump from between there. But it's crazy, bro. So can you tell there's a theme here? I know it's very subtle. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Okay. You know what? We're going to talk about Videl in a second, but I have to do somebody else because he's the best zoner of all time, and nobody can change my mind. We're going to talk about Venom. And if you don't know who Venom is, then you clearly don't know who the coolest fighting game character of all time is, right? My favorite is different than the coolest, right? He's so fucking sick. He got the white suit on. He got the pool ball. He got the little case. You know what I'm saying? He got that hair with the fucking blue eye on it. Bro, holy... Look at him set up this ball right here and tell me that it's not one of the sexiest animations you've ever seen in your life. It absolutely fucking is, and you cannot lie to me. Now, unlike a lot of the other characters in this video, I think Venom's combos are not what makes him so fucking sick, which is part of the reason that makes him so cool. Like, every character in Guilty Gear has cool combos. The cool zoning in any fighting game is rare as shit. And it comes from, like, the non-traditional nature of his projectiles. So, as I showed you, Venom will set up a pool ball, right? And then he can hit this pool ball in a bunch of different angles to get them set up, and he can set up multiple pool balls, or set up a charged pool ball. Or set up a super pool ball, which is like, Ed's Psycho Cannon, where it like, hits you repeatedly. And the interactions with, like, the balls and the super pause with the opponent, I think makes it a fun experience for both characters, because it's not just like dodge these fireballs, stand in the same direction. No, it's like you're trying to guess where the Venom's going to knock the ball so you can avoid it, while the Venom's trying to guess how you're going to make him guess to hit the ball, and then it just leads to this like really sick cat and mouse game until where he gets pressured, he loses. He doesn't really have a lot of good reversals. I think, does he have a DP in Xrd? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck, wait. No, I think he has, no. He has a dive kick in Xrd. He doesn't have a DP. For some reason, I thought he would, like, launch up with it, but it is what it is. So he just has, like, the Invincible Super, which is not rated anime, right? But it just feels really good to get in. And getting them off is also a challenge. Getting them off is never a challenge, but getting them off of you in a fighting game, as Venom, is difficult, right? However, it's not impossible. And like I said, it leads to this really cool cat and mouse game where the cat and mouse are constantly switched, like, back and forth, and it just leads to such cool sets. My favorite Venom sets is this fucking, like, Raven Venom set from I cannot remember the players, I cannot remember the tournament, but it was so cool because it's just going, like, body, and it just leads to just such a back and forth match where I think it's like peak Venom gameplay. I think it's so cool. Because it's like, oh, it's just two characters that go all out on their one gimmick, fucking yin and yanging the entire match. And he has loops, which makes any fighting game character. The main thing is his setup and his zoning, because it's really fucking cool. Okay, so now for our most controversial choice, Videl. I already gave the preamble before, so we're just gonna go into what makes her so sick. And the thing with Videl is he is such a unique character, right? In the way that she goes about her combos, in the way that her dodge doesn't work the same. Her, reflect. Well, what would be her reflect is a spot dodge, and it works differently than the rest of the cast. How her key blasts work in the fact that it's Gohan, which leads to really cool setup situations. There's like no character in the game that plays like Videl, really. And even her combos are super unique, Loops aren't super unique in this game. I feel like how she does it specifically is really different, because how most of them work is, that when you hit them with a move that stalls their falling, right? And then you hit the floor first and then continue the loop. But how Videl's works is, it's not that, you do stop the opponent from going up, but it's more that Videl's Air 5H doesn't stop her falling trajectory, right? So you can land your falling 5H and then jump back into 1-2-2. I'm so fucking NRS. Holy fuck, bro! We'll just start using number notations with number notations, so it'll be like 5-4 or 6-2. But her 5H doesn't stop her falling. I guess not trajectory, velocity, because I said trajectory before, but that would include like the, I don't know, but velocity. So you are able to knock them up while landing and being able to super jump back up. And I think it just looks, it does look really cool, but I think the uniqueness is what makes that look so cool. Like, doing a falling 5H that doesn't stall you into an instant super jump is so sick looking. I think she has some really cool Oki setups, because she has a really good Rekka and, not 5-8, forward heavy. She has this Rekka where she hits like 4 times, right? And on block, it sets up for really cool mix situations, because you can go from that into a command grab, or you can go into one of my favorite things, which is a crazy left-right mix-up, where let's say you're using like really any projectile or any assist that just hits them real quick, right? Or takes a little bit of time, right? Because you do the Rekka, you call in the assist, and then she does this backflip kick, right? And so you just have to guess, like, is the projectile going to hit first, or is the thing going to hit first, right? And you can combo off it, because Vanish pretty much lets you combo off everything. Or you can just super after it, get good knockdown, and continue Videl's pressure, which is really cool. And then if you get hit by the Rekka, then it goes Rekka, assist. Rekka, super, into traditional combo. Because she can combo off her super in multiple different ways. She can, if she hasn't landed a smash attack yet, which is Rekka, then you get to super dash after it. However, if you already smashed, you can actually spark off of that super to combo after it. Now, it's not like great a lot of the time, but if it gets you the kill, it is worth it. And if you just need like the knockdown quick, I guess, but it's a really risky play. You got to be sure that if you're spending that many resources on just the hard knockdown, that like you got to do some crazy mix from that. But it leads to some fucking saucy ass combos. It also can combo with certain beam supers. For instance, my team is Piccolo, Videl, Nappa, Videl, Nappa, Piccolo, right? And if you go Piccolo level 1 into Videl level 1 like really quickly, Videl's super stops while the person ends while the person is still in hit stun from the special beam cannon, so you're able to Dragon Rush into it, which leads to stick combos and great damage extensions that like just look so fucking sick. You would have, and you can't really, I guess you could use a combo starter, but you'd have to do like something really small, punch, like in the corner, heavy kick. No, you couldn't do heavy kick. No, you could do heavy kick. Heavy kick into super, into Videl super, and then you could like kind of do a normal combo off that. Now, I talked about the left-right mix-up, right, which you can do off Rekka, or off, like, any real like, string, to be honest, if they're not expecting it. I mean, you can't do it repeatedly in a string. You kind of have to, like I said, assist. But you can spend 2 assists to get it whenever, but that's if you want to spend. But she has other mix that works really well off more. She has her grab, which is a combo starter, and in the right situation can be safe because it's Dragon Ball, and everything is safe if you're not a bit. And then on knockdown, she can use Gohan to set up left-right mix-ups pretty much like... Actually, no, just better versions of the one I was just talking about with the Rekka assist overhead. There's like nothing in this. Fuck. Alright, let's hit this shit again because I'm trying to make this shit my stakeholder. But not just the left-right, she also has a high-low off Gohan. She has a call-in where he just slams you from the top, pause, and then you can go for a low, you can go for a double overhead, and you can go for a cross-up. It leaves just so many really good situations for Videl, and while she can't use her motherfucking Ki Blast in a normal way, that's what makes them so cool, because she uses them very uniquely, or like her, air Ki Blast, right? Where it's just Gohan kicking the shit out of you. You can use that to get extra damage on your Air Rekka Ender, which is like her default Ender, or her Grab Ender, which is her corner Ender. And her level 3 is really cute in more reasons, and I will defend both the short hair and the ponytails. I think they're both great skins for her. I think she looks great in either of them. Blue and yellow is the best color for her, and that's undisputed. But level 3 is so cute, just in how it's animated, and also for lore reasons. I really like it, and it's one of my favorite level 3s. I'm not gonna lie, I am very biased, but still, I think it's really cool. I think Videl is a super unique character, and I think she plays Dragon Ball in a different way than everybody else. Besides the fact that every character in that game is rushed down, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, so end of the video. Here is legitimately, this is my entire script for the video. Oh, you can't see it, but yeah, it's just that. It's been real, it's been fun, hasn't been real fun. Fuck you.
I'm like, bitch, come roll me up. Molly in my veins, I got Molly in my brain, I got Molly in my veins.